I have experienced a lot of imposter syndrome. And I attribute most of my confidence journey to being a minority and a woman in a lot of different areas. I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, so always second-guessing who you are as an individual and not necessarily being able to see yourself and your peers. I tried really hard to conform and hide those differences. So it's like my identity. I have for a while been on like a confidence journey with my hair. In the media, there's an image of like what the beautiful woman looks like. She's got long, silky, flowing hair. But talking with other African American women and getting that support, I'm like, yes, my curls are beautiful, and being able to embrace that and confidently come and be as I am now. As I grew up and started to break out of that mold, that was when I first decided that I was going to do computer science. I just remember everyone I talked to was like, oh, that's so strange. Like, I don't picture you as a software engineer. There's one defining moment, and I was trying to decide, what do I want to do with my life? And I was afraid and hesitant. But my high school physics teacher, he said, well, have you thought about engineering? And the first thing I still remember that I said is, I'm not smart enough for that. And he was like, are you kidding me? You're getting an A in AP Physics, you're getting an A in Calculus. And ever since then, I think that has sent me on this amazing journey to who I am now. And then coming to Capital One, being surrounded by so many great mentors and role models, it's been phenomenal how that's kind of drastically changed the confidence trajectory that I've been on. Now I'm really excited about working on an acquisition for a startup. They have this amazing technology solution, which I'm really excited to dive into and bring that to our customers as quickly as possible.
From our first positions to second position.
I loved to dance.
I don't know, there's something that connected with me when I was little, just hearing the music and being able to express either feelings or just get out something that, is within you. I love that.
The start of this confidence journey was maybe the impact that dance had on me. Being able to step out on stage and perform in front of hundreds of people. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old and did ballet, jazz, tap, lyrical, hip hop, all of it. I am now currently teaching at a local studio in Richmond, Virginia. I have everywhere from little babies at 4 years old all the way up to teenagers, 15, 16 years old. And I want to instill that confidence and empowerment in those girls at an early age. And every now and then I try and sneak in, oh, are you interested in science? Seeing them line up on stage and have how they transform from walking out really timid, and then by the end of the dance they are just loving it and full of energy and full of life and excitement and confidence.
They just light up and they're like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Pretty cool.
I want to just be an example of someone who's passionate about what they do and is successful at what they do. I just love that we can openly bring our ideas to the table and try and solve something that I think is bigger than Capital One as a whole. We're at a point where we have to recognize the privilege that we all have, the unconscious bias that we all have. So that's going to be a hard and a slow journey that requires everyone. And it's opened my eyes personally to this journey, to some insecurities, some self-doubt that I've had. No, I am not an imposter.